J&J Reaction. We back with another reaction for y'all today.
No.
The Last of Us Season 2. Got a little teaser trailer called The Last of Us Day. Officials, well, yeah, Last of Us Day. I guess they got a day for Last of Us.
Everybody get a day, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of PlayStation's biggest IPs of right now, so...
I fuck with Last of Us. I fuck with the show. The show pretty good. It's pretty spot on. They got a couple of changes, but out of all the 8 adaptations out there, it's pretty spot on. And I played the games like multiple times, so it's definitely a good show to me and a good franchise.
Yeah, felt like I had a little bit more love for it, back when it was originally coming out than I feel like I have for it now.
Mm-hmm.
But because I feel like the extra exposure to it and all the extraness and all this stuff just kind of like pull me out. I'm not a person that like to be a fan of everything that people are fans of. So it kind of just, threw me. And then, they could do more with this other than just, it has a great story, but you did have a great multiplayer. Where is that, though? So I just kind of feel that, especially with Concord going down and PlayStation kind of need that. You had that with Last of Us, and it's one of your biggest story IPs. Y'all didn't have that for God of War, so it's understandable. Y'all didn't have it for Ratchet & Clank, so it's understandable. But Last of Us had multiplayer. I don't know why PlayStation is kind of going away from that and just having a bunch of one-player story mode games and then not throwing their multiplayer, especially if they had one prior, especially if how good Last of Us multiplayer was in the first game. So,
Right. Yeah.
Factions was fire as fuck. Factions was fire. If you were into that shit was fire.
I played that shit. That shit was like...
But I just, that's kind of where I'm at with it. And then again, the story is always great. But I'm not too much a character driven. Like Last of Us 2 wasn't too much of fun for me because I like the first one of the mystery and all that. And when you get to 2, it's really just characters. It's just character development. Characters going back and forth about what they got going on. That shit kind of kills me when it comes to apocalypse shit. Like, that shit's so played out, bro. I'm tired of people in there contrasting why they don't like this and why this is this. Like, I want to get into the world and can we fix this or what's the solution or the science behind how they started. Like, I like all that. So I'm a big fan of the first one. So I mean, I'm interested to see season 2 and how they play this out because it's a big moment in that. I ain't gonna say it if you don't know because you might just only watch the TV series, but I'm gonna see how they play this out and how the fans react to it, especially. Like, I wonder they gonna do it like how Buddy died in Walking Dead.
Glenn?
Yeah, I wonder they gonna treat it like how Glenn died.
Oh, actually, Sean? We're gonna see.
Not even how they show them how people react to it. Like, people drop Walking Dead because of that shit.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's gonna be the same type of flow. Like, people gonna get so farmed and goddamn Buddy. It's like, fuck this. Especially if you just watch the TV show. You don't know reference of the game. You just watch the TV show.
I mean, it's kind of the same lane, except Walking Dead just had a longer runtime before this. This only the second season. You gonna kill off a main nigga.
I'm surprised how fast they dropping this second season after they haven't even dropped the third game. So y'all gonna drop the third game and the season at the same time?
Probably third season right after.
Say the thing you're afraid to say.
To be honest, they could probably do more storylines with this shit like the game couldn't do. So give them more time.
Like in between shit.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Oh shit, we already know who that is. Now you see that braid, you know who that is. Damn. I would not want to live in their world. This shit never look like no peace, no happiness. They don't ever look like they just chilling. I swear.
Fuck with it, man. Fuck with it. It's looking good. It's looking good, man. I just can't wait to see how you say how the story unfolds, how they show certain parts of the game.
Hello, I am Belle.
Cause the shit get serious, bro. That shit. I'm a single player person, so it's like, bro, you really invested in the story, bro, and you really like, cause you already played the whole game, the first game, you got half of the second game. It's like, damn, like that shit hits you emotionally, bro. That shit like a movie. So it's like, I want to see how, I don't want to spoil it, 'cause, some people ain't played the game, but that shit get deep, bro.
Yeah, very interested again on how they're gonna, I'm really more interested in how the people that didn't play the game react to it. That's really what my more interest is, because again, when you go from a gaming standpoint into it, you're gonna have your comparisons, and you're gonna have like your, let's say, like what's it called when it's like something not that big but you just like want to point it out. Y'all know what word I'm looking for.
Criticize?
Not criticize, like it's not criticize, it's like it's not critique. It's like it's a form of that when nitpick.
I was about to say
nitpicking, shit like that, where it's like, this scene,
they gotta learn how to separate.
This scene
shit,
is not that scene, and this scene is that not scene, and that scene. So I ain't really too worried about how they react. I just want to see how people react that don't play the game and how they see it and that stuff like that.
And
because
they was invested in the first show, they gonna feel it in this one.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm very interested in. I hope they add some more extra elements that they couldn't do in the game, and especially how beloved the first one was. This second one is not the same. It is not the same as Beloved, and in the same sense, it's more recent. So, like, I feel like if they do change things into that, I feel like people will be more accustomed and okay with it. Because, again, especially what they, like, PlayStation doing is, like, remasters after remasters after remasters. Like,
I mean, they remastered this game because the show was coming out. So that was just a cash grab. Really.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in that same extent where it's just, like, y'all just keep remaking shit. So, in this indication with these TV shows, when they're remaking it, they kind of change things in it. Because you can't really do that with a game. You might update the graphics, shit like that, but you're not going to change a scene in the remake of a game. You might add a scene, but you ain't going to change it. So, like, with this in a TV show, I can see them changing some things or add some certain things, add better context and stuff like that. And then just add way more of a story. Because, again, like, with Shawty, what's her name? Abby. Like, you can maybe give her more character development where people could really feel for her character.
Give, like, Dennis a backstory.
Yeah, and you can go further than that, because in a game you can go a little bit, but you can't go as deep.
You gotta stay, because you gotta play it too. So
and then especially they can do a shit where they can come right after. Like right after Ellie, like he says Ellie, and then just going straight into it instead of like having that time, and then you're just catching up to seeing what's going on type shit.
Yeah.
So like I hope they kind of go in that element, because I know that was a thing that people didn't like, that it was a bunch of back and forth, this moment, that moment. You wish you would have kind of got a cohesive straight through. So I hope they kind of think about that when they're making the season 2 and just stretch it out, because even the first season didn't have that many episodes. You see how successful that first season was. When you jump into the second one, had that good little I'll say, give a little between, how many last season had, like,
it either had
8.
I think it was either 8 or 10.
8 or 10.
It didn't have 12. It went 12.
So I'll see them. They can shoot for a good 12 to 14 episode season. And that shit goddamn do its due diligence. And if you got any episodes, like how you want to do, how you had the gay episode and like the third episode was that, you can goddamn do more filler episodes like that, where you just added more character development to the outside people and just bring out the world building.
Necessary, like just adding shit just to add it when it really it don't even help like a main character story. You just add it. Not to say no offense to the people out there, but that episode he was talking about was unnecessary. They gave backstory to a nigga that had no story in the game. Like he was just there just to goddamn have a conversation and died, I think.
And his husband died before they even got there.
That wasn't even his. No, he did say it was my partner in the game.
Yeah.
But his husband didn't have any dialogue. He was already dead. They found his body. Yeah, they found his body. So giving them niggas a whole backstory of how they met and them living together in this, that didn't make no sense. You was better off giving somebody else some backstory.
Yeah, I mean, I can
or
see
none at all.
The element where they were just trying to kind of give like a life of a day of living in this world, and then they just chose to make it with a gay couple. And I feel like that's kind of the offense that people took. But again, in the same sense is where we live in a world where there's going to be a black home dealing with the apocalypse, a white home, a Mexican home, a gay home. There's multiple homes that are dealing with it. So they just, chose a directive view of just using that as an example for like, what will be going down. Like people going to still live normal lives and stuff like that and try to like make it through. But in that same perspective, it's just like, that scene was not in the game at all, and so that's kind of what threw people off in that sense.
y'all gave
Where
us an
it
hour
wasn't
of
a
shit
great
that never
story. The
happened,
story
bro.
was great. It was
It
beautiful,
was.
especially at the end when they even had to make up a part again when they were like, "Shit, I ain't gonna let you just die, even though you sick and all this. I'm gonna die
Did
too."
they kill each other?
No, they both took the shit and died, but Buddy never died in the game.
didn't happen.
He never died.
Y'all unnecessarily changing shit.
So it was just like, all right, that's cool. But anyway, going back to it,
No
looking
hate,
pretty
you know what
good.
I'm saying?
Looking pretty good. But you got anything else?
Nah, man, that just made me want to play the game, replay the game. Cause I replayed, like I don't replay too many games, but I replayed Last of Us, both of them like a couple times. So that shit made me want to goddamn get my history right real quick for the game coming or something. What?
Nah, I didn't feel that off of that. Maybe with Shadow, but Last of Us. To me, Last of Us.
We two different types of niggas when it comes to these games.
Last of Us is just, to me, just straight story. I just go rewatch it.
I like story.
Not really caring to play it.
Cause if the story is good enough, I'm gonna sit there. If I feel like I'm watching a movie, y'all shit good.
But yeah, y'all got anything y'all want to say? Leave it down in the comments down below. Thumb this video up because it really helps with the algorithm and all that fun stuff. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. And Last of Us, keep doing what y'all gonna do. I hope the third one gonna come out in like 2027 type shit. It's looking like that's what the time areas are gonna be looking in. And y'all
I
catch
like
us.
26.
I can see 26, but the reason why I won't say 26 because they haven't showed nothing of a preview of this year. They would have showed a glimpse. Everything they showed with the PlayStation and the new Pro and all that has been the remastered of Last of Us.
Yeah.
They have not shown nothing new of it, so that's why I'm guessing they'll show a snippet of something in 2026.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say.
So
2025.
I ain't saying the game gonna come out.
No, I'm saying like a snippet in
or something's
2025
gonna
and
be.
the game 2026. Cause you gotta think
They could do a
you
snippet.
gotta think about the content they release.
I wouldn't even say they'll drop a game. I mean, if they
think about the remaster. You're not building a game. When you remaster a game, you're not building it from scratch. You're just taking some shit you already got and updating it.
I know, but I'm saying
the
that
remaster
same
came out
extent.
22. So you got 2022. No, 2023.
They just dropped the remaster this year.
No,
they just remastered Last of Us 2.
I'm saying that was 2023.
No, they just did that.
But ain't no
They
way.
just released a remaster of Last of Us 2. They just been promoting it for the Pro. If you watch the PlayStation, the PlayStation, they just had 2 days ago, the State of Play. They were showing the Last of Us 2 remastered. They were just promoting it for the new Pro, for the Pro.
Hold on. Yeah, November 2023.
Remastered.
Oh, January 2024.
That's remastered.
That's what I'm saying.
You just said that
Wait,
shit
in
came out.
2025
This just came. This
Oh,
is
okay,
yes.
okay,
This
okay.
is about to come out. So again,
It's already out.
they wouldn't show.
It's 2024 right now.
Oh, it is 2024.
I just said that the game already came out because they had to promote the show. Come on, listen. Damn.
No, because they just came out with an updated version of it. They just did another remaster for it for the PS5 Pro.
That's not a new title though. That's not anything new. That's just updating it for the PS5, the PS.
Same shit. They're promoting the same old thing they been came out with. It's been out. Like literally, people were saying that during the State of Play. They said you're showing all these games that were even on the PS4. Like what the fuck? Y'all not even showing really nothing.
Anyway, the point I was making was this shit already came out, so they need some content for 2025. They're gonna drop the show 2026, maybe a preview or a game. That's all I was saying.
We'll see. But yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and it's gonna be it for J&J Reacts. We on.